How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. These are the ALLSWIFT and Nordic V8 HOKA inspired shoes. They look very, very similar to the HOKA brand, but they're not. They're like dupes, cost less than $50. I do have my own pair of HOKAs. These are the Clifton 9s. And so I kind of know what these feel like if you wear them for a while. HOKAs are very comfortable. I can wear them for like 15, 20,000 steps and it will not hurt my feet. I cannot say the same about many other tennis shoes. So the real test is if I wear them for an extended period of time, will I feel any discomfort? These are all brand new right now, so I'm going to stop the video, wear them for a while before I come back and do the full review. But for now, I'm going to just unbox them and just kind of show you what they look like brand new. It says ALLSWIFT right at the center. There's a size chart, nothing much to it. And that's it. Oop. And another size chart. This is in size 9.5, blue-green color. Let me remove the inserts. This one has a slip-on back tongue. It just flexes right back. Pretty good flexibility here. And the whole sole is made of EVA foam. The same stuff in HOKAs. Looking from the inside, it's a very thin layer and it looks to be very breathable. The design of these shoes are inspired by HOKAs. They're not a direct copy, but it looks very, very similar. I have a pair of HOKA Clifton 9s. The shape of the back tongue is very similar. The oversized sole is very similar as well. It's a little bit bigger here, swoops down to a thinner area, and it has two colors, a darker one and a very white one. This one is no longer that white. And if you look at the bottom, it's completely different. There's more of a hole here, but it's a very similar pattern. And on the inside, it also looks very similar. If I flip the tongue over a little bit, the outer fabric, it's also see-through. There's an elastic band right here to hold the tongue down, but it seems like it's not in this ALLSWIFT one. I have another pair of HOKAs, which are the Arahi 7s. The sole in this looks even more similar to the ALLSWIFT. In the Arahi 7, it's all white. This upper part has a little bit of pattern all the way around, but this one instead has little dots and then little diagonal patterns right here. In the HOKAs, there are these lines that goes downwards like this. Same thing with the ALLSWIFT. It goes downwards like this, but it's not exactly the same. It's similar. And you can obviously tell that it's not a HOKA because there is no HOKA sign right in the back over here. In the HOKA, there's also a little different color design right at the toe area. So is in the ALLSWIFT. Definitely very HOKA inspired. Here's a comparison on the inside of the shoe. The lip in the Arahi comes out a little bit, but the ALLSWIFT doesn't come out as much. And then in the ALLSWIFT, there's also a little bit more color over here and on the toe area. But on the HOKA, it's not there. Let me slip it on. Rocking front and back, you can see the foam compress. And in the HOKAs, they do feel very similar. This is from the same brand. It's the Nordic V8. The general design is also very similar to a HOKA. The packaging is very simple, nothing special about it. This one is also HOKA inspired. However, the pattern over here is a little bit shiny. Again, it has an oversized sole, EVA foam. I can push into it so it feels really soft when you stand on it. On the inside, it says Nordic V, and on the bottom of the sole, very nice and clean. Do a little twisting. It's soft. Another Nordic V pair, some inserts. This one looks kind of cool, kind of outrageous looking. It's a fading type of color, so that's kind of cool. A light green with the main shoe being sort of light blue. In terms of compression, it feels a little stiffer than the other ones. I think because there's holes in it, so they have to make this material a little bit stiffer. Notice there's a bit of reflective stuff over here, a bit of like a highlight here, and on the inside, it looks similar. I wore these for about 6 or 7 weeks, mainly on the ALLSWIFT pair. It's arranged in the order of my favorite to least favorite. Let's talk about the ALLSWIFT one. It's a laceless design, even though you can see laces here. You don't actually have to tie anything. It's a slip-on, so you don't have to untie and retie your shoe all the time, which is basically what I do with all my shoes anyway. In terms of comfort, I wore these for around 7,000 steps in one trip. They feel just as good as HOKAs. They did not make my back hurt. They did not make my feet hurt. The squishiness of the EVA foam is very, very supportive, and I would recommend it if you do not care about the branding. Let me talk a little bit about dupes and kind of like intellectual property. One of the most basic tests for a legal or illegal dupe is the consumer going to get confused over it? If you look at this, will you accidentally think that it's a HOKA? Well, if you are well versed in HOKA, you would know that they always put a logo here. However, when you look at it,
It's very, very HOKA inspired. It has the oversized sole. The patterning looks somewhat similar. However, it's never a direct copycat of any pair of HOKAs I've seen. So, you know, there's a different design aspect to it. And I probably have to leave this to their lawyers to figure out if this is a copyright infringement or not. I'm not a legal expert. In terms of comfort and build quality, they're very, very similar. And even in terms of styling, it's similar. A pair of HOKAs these days costs about $150. These are under $40. So when I become in need of a new pair of shoes, this to me would not be completely off the table for a new pair that I buy. Here's the Nort V8 pair. It's more plain, it's kind of blue, and it has this kind of a plastic cover to it in various places, both blue, but different shades of blue. The sole is oversized so that it gives you more support. Any way that you press down on the foot, it kind of returns you to being flat. So it's kind of harder to twist your ankles in these. They're very similar to a pair of HOKAs where it also has an oversized sole like this. This pair uses shoelaces. However, I notice when I have my feet in here and I'm walking around, I can feel the edges a little bit more because they're not as rounded as this pair. It's not that it's uncomfortable, but it's just that if I think about it, I will notice it. In terms of comfort, it's just as comfortable as the ALLSWIFT. The EVA foam is just as squishy. My thoughts is not the same for this Nort V8 pair where the sole has all these holes in it. If you put a whole bunch of holes in the shoe, you're gonna have to make the foam a little bit stiffer to give the same level of support as these kind of shoes. It doesn't take long for me to wear these and just realize, oh gosh, it feels a little bit stiffer. It feels harder whenever you impact the floor. So definitely a lot less support. It's not as squishy as these two. So if you're looking for very, very comfortable shoes, I would not go with these. I would go with either of these. And I think this pair is more for the styling. If you want like this faded look, if you want all the holes and stuff, make it look really crazy, then you would go with this pair. For people who need to stand a long time, or if you're traveling and you plan to do many, many steps, you're gonna walk all over the place, either of these would do very well. Those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are interested in any of these pairs, I'll leave an affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.